Yes.
You don't trust me, man. I messed it up too many times. Okay, well, I am actually recording, Olivia, and I will blink out. So you are free to start whenever you want.
Sounds good. So, welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday, I suppose. I'm trying to mimic you, Frank. So, this is the 20th day of RCOS. Next slide.
All right, there we go.
So, today we're going to go over the upcoming workshops, then go through a couple of reminders as to what's due this week. Then we'll talk about what project meetings are coming up, and then we'll give you the attendance. Next slide. So the upcoming workshops are, the first one is actually this evening after RCOS, is the UPE open source ecosystem. And the links to that workshop is, in the slides there. Click on it, join. And tomorrow we have two workshops, Word2Vec by Daniel T, and also Making a Web App in Vue by Aiden L. And you can, even though they're at the same time, you can attend both because they're recorded. You can do it asynchronously. Magic electronics. Next slide. And I think that's you.
It is me. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on this upcoming workshop slide. Just to plug Milo. Milo was one of my TAs for CS1 a short year ago, I think it was, or maybe. When was Milo around, Constantine? Do you remember? It was a year, right?
Well, I haven't been teaching CS1 for a year and a half.
No, but he was here for longer than a year. Okay, that's fine. I think it was a year ago. He was my TA. He's a good guy. He's going to be talking about UPE open source ecosystem. So please show up, give him some love. He's an alum. We like our alums. And now I'm going to go on to the attendance thing. So due for this week, we do have attendance. That'll be today. Status update will be Friday. Nia knows Milo. He's cool. TA for data structures, fall 2018. So it must have been 2019 then, because it couldn't have been both. Awesome. So, and I'm also getting a note from Frank that Word2Vec is actually at 1 p.m. and I forgot to fix it. So just be careful of that. Status update will be on Friday. Attendance is today and every day. I apologize to SMAB because I was fixing something yesterday. I was trying to release the grades for the CS1 exam, and I got sidetracked and missed their meeting. But Professor Kuzmin, by all accounts, did an excellent job in my absence, and I now hear he's the preferred attendee, that I'm no longer welcome, but I think I'm going to show up anyway today for Shuttle Tracker and for, I think, the Rensselaer E-Trade Dashboard, right? Shuttle Tracker, Rensselaer E-Trade Dashboard at 5 and at 6 p.m. I actually think we're going to be able to start the 5 p.m. one pretty much on time. So that would be good. And Rensselaer E-Trade Dashboard, we'll see you at 6. And then the only other one we have, looks like it's a week. The only other one on the schedule, last but not least, is Telescope, and that looks like it's 3 p.m. next Monday. Is that correct, Nia? If you're on? I should have checked. Before I talk to people, I should actually make sure they're on.
Yeah, that's correct.
I guess you couldn't have written me if you weren't on.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be our last one that's on the schedule. I still have to get organized and make sure that we hit everybody. So there's a message from Philip to everyone. When will we get feedback from the mid-year review so we know if we're progressing well? I'm hoping that we will get that out this week. I don't know if the mentors know that, but we that is certainly the intention. Okay, and we will be harassing them, and actually jumping in and doing some of it ourselves. And if you haven't signed up, there's still time. Please do it. Let's get it done fast. I think we have everybody. I'm not positive. Let's make sure. We want to give you guys some feedback. This is another way to get feedback. It's also another way to ask us questions, and it's a way to get us excited about your project. I don't know if that helps or hurts. You certainly don't want us meddling, but a little bit of oohs and ahs is always appreciated. All right. I guess that's it for today. So we will get on to our attendance. In honor of all the people who aren't here today, I am looking diligently for... here we go. In honor of all the people who aren't here today, our passphrase of choice is Prague Lang Exam. Let me share that with you. There we go, Prague Lang Exam. And then this is our handy dandy venue notebook QR code. Either one is good. We'll leave this up here for a few minutes, and I will paste that into the chat. If you ever see me give you a password and I don't have 1 of 1 points, that means I didn't do it right, and you guys should not trust it. But I do actually run it and make sure that I get it, and my face is starting to space out. Somebody must have murdered an ancestor, and I'm no longer being born, or I'm being unborn. Let me fix that. All right, any questions today? If not, yeah. So I found some cool lighting that I have sitting down here, and I put it on my counter and I plugged it in, and a few minutes later I was starting to smell heat, and it looks like if I left it on too much longer, it would have begun to char the wood. So I've got to get a stand, not lighting. I need a lighting stand. Yeah, you start getting that aroma that something's not quite right. Yeah, it does if you put it on a wooden surface, for example. Not quite to the point of char, but getting there. All right, we are done. Yeah, so the other thing, Philip, is that's what I should be testing out. And Ethan gave me the opportunity to do things like ask questions in this before. And I keep forgetting to look into it and figure out how to do it. It doesn't seem to be all that complicated. But if you know how this semester's been going, we're just running from one thing to the next over and over and over again. I'm stopping.